right behind me is the Avenel Middle School Honors Choir. This is a 7th and 8th grade audition only group. They audition at the end of the year previous, and then they go into the next year starting with this group. The piece we have for you today is Who Can Sail Without the Wind?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a very special day here at Avenel Middle School. First, I want to thank our honors choir under the direction of Mr. Compitello and our Wildcat Band under the direction of Mr. Leiner for those beautiful performances. And those performances were special performances in honor of our special guest today. Today, there's a district-wide program throughout all of the middle schools called Business Discovery Day. And this gives an opportunity for leaders throughout Woodbridge Township to come in to some of our middle schools and experience all the great things that are going on here at Avenel Middle School, but also gives us an opportunity as students and staff to learn about in businesses in our community. So when I got this list of who was assigned to come to Avenel Middle School today, I was so excited. We have with us someone who is doing some amazing things right in our community, all right? Recently, they opened the brand new, state-of-the-art Avenel Performing Arts Center. Raise your hand if you're familiar with this. A lot of you, it's right in your neighborhood. Beautiful facility, some amazing things going on there. And the executive and creative director, the man who basically runs the show there, is with us today. All right, and those special performances were in honor of his visit. He is a very accomplished gentleman. He's going to talk to you a little bit about his background. He is a 3-time Emmy Award winner. He'll tell you more about that, but that is an amazing accomplishment. And he's off to a great start with this new Performing Arts Center, and it's something that's brought so much pride to our community. We were just having a conversation earlier. You know, when I'm taking the train into Manhattan, when the train pulls in to the Avenel train station, it is the most impressive stop on the whole line. Everything is brand new in this community, including the Performing Arts Center. So it's a very, very exciting day here at Avenel Middle School. And at this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Anthony Wilkinson.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for having me. You guys did a great job this morning. Thank you very much. So as your principal was telling you, first of all, thank you guys for having me. I'm excited to be here. I am around the corner now at the Avenel Arts Center. So let's do that again. By a show of hands, how many people have actually been to the Avenel Arts? Have seen it? The Avenel Performing Arts. You've seen it? Okay. So it's been a work in progress. It's something that started. Oh, okay. Cool. So it's something. Oh, jeez. It's not too early. Oh. It's something that started about a development that started with Mayor McCormick about 10 years ago. And it took a long time for it to finally come to fruition. So I started here about 2.5 years ago when the mayor called me and asked me if I wanted to oversee the new development that was coming up. So I was really excited to see, and if you guys are familiar with the area at all, you'll know that 2.5, 3 years ago, all that was there was dirt. It was just a big park, if you remember. And now there's what's soon to be 500 apartments, which they're calling Station Village, and the Avenel Performing Arts Center, which just opened a month ago. So we're already open. A lot of the apartments are rented. So as Mr. Court said, there's already been, it is very impressive when you walk off the train now because it's visually very appealing. So it's been exciting for me as the arts director to come in here and bring a lot of the talent that I've worked with here in Woodbridge, New Jersey. What's about my background, I started about 25 years ago in network television. I worked for a soap opera called One Life to Live. It was a show on ABC, and I was there for about 15 years. And I worked as a director and a producer, and I was also a performer. So I had 11 Emmy nominations, and I won 3. So I did that there. And then after that, while I was there, I started working on Broadway in New York. So I did that I've been doing that since 2001, and I still do that. But now a lot of my shows that I wrote and produced are touring around the world. So some of them are here in the United States still, some of them are in Europe, some are in Canada. I had a couple in Asia and Australia. So I'm taking a lot of the people that I worked with in a lot of the shows, and we're bringing them here to Woodbridge at the Avenue Arts Center. So we opened it out a month ago, and we have comedy shows, we have musical shows, we actually had a dance show recently, which had dancers from all around the country. And just to tell you a little about that, is there anybody here that's interested in dancing? Well, we actually just gave away two $64,000 dance scholarships to a university in Pittsburgh. One of the kids was from JFK High School, and the other student was from Colonial High School. So, and the other thing that we did, that Taylor, say hi, Taylor. Taylor's one of your people. She helped me with a project called A Star is Born. And A Star is Born was built for young, aspiring kids around your age. And when you get to high school, whatever high school you're going to here in Woodbridge, you can join that Star is Born program. And what you can do is use your talent, whether it be vocal or an instrument, and you can audition for any kind of piece that you want to use. It's almost like America's Got Talent. You guys know that show, America's Got Talent? Okay. So we're going to have our own thing here in Woodbridge, and we started it this year. And we had 3 finalists from each of the high schools here in Woodbridge. And then we also incorporated Staten Island, and we had all of the kids from Staten Island schools. So we had 1 kid from each Staten Island school as well. And they all competed, and first place was from a school in Staten Island called Wagner High School. And second place was from, was it Colonia? Colonia High School. And that young girl won a $3,000 scholarship to the School of Her Choice as well. So we're giving out a lot of scholarships, working with the kids. So I'm excited to get to know all the people who are in the arts and all the kids who are aspiring, because I want to see what you can bring to the table. And I think this is going to be a great venue for you guys to really, you know, explore your talents a little bit further and see other people who are in your area who are definitely at a higher level. And this could be something that you could really see. Is this something that I really want to do with my life? Is this something I enjoy as a hobby? Is this something I want to do professionally? Is this something that I just want to do because I enjoy it? And all of the above are correct. Whatever you want to do with your talent, whether it's a hobby, if you sing because you like to sing, if you sing because you really want to sing professionally one day, whatever it is about it, that's all good. And it's all good. I think it's a great thing. I love seeing kids in the arts. I think a lot of kids, I go and talk to a lot of schools around the country on anti-bullying, so I do a lot of that. And, you know, it always bothers me when I hear, like, you know, some kids are made fun of or picked on for being in the arts. Because, you know, sometimes it's cooler to be like a football player than it is to be in the chorus. But that's not the case. So, and I'm happy to see that, especially now, we're seeing a lot more people because of all the media and because of all the shows on television today and social media. We're seeing a lot more kids get into the arts and not being afraid to explore their talents and things they're passionate about. So I'm here to help you continue to do that, because that's something that excites me. So that's a little bit about me. And I would love to know, does anybody, if you want to ask me any questions, feel free.
The new Performing Arts Center, how many people does it hold?
So the new Performing Arts Center seats 194 people. 194. And there's also a restaurant there called Curtains. So you can go, and there's a restaurant, and there's a live singer in there every night from all over the areas as well. Yeah.
I can ask a question nice and loud, okay?
Can you attend shows like whenever, or do you have to pay?
Can you attend shows whenever? Do you have to pay? So it depends on the shows. Like, for example, Last week we had a show called Charles Peacock. He's a professional juggler from, you know who he is?
No, I saw the show.
Oh, you saw the show? Were you at the show?
Yeah, I was on the
And did you like it? Eh? All right. Tough crowd. So, well, he's a professional juggler, and we did give the students free tickets. So there are discounts for students for a lot of the shows. So sometimes they're free, sometimes you have to pay. It depends on the shows. But some of the shows are geared more towards a younger audience, and some are geared more towards an older audience. So if you go on AvenelArts.com, if you go on the website, you'll see all the shows that are coming up. And then you just have to let your parents know which ones you want to go see. But we have some good shows that are definitely more for this age group. Who else? Don't be shy.
Now here, just to give Mr. Wilkinson an idea, the new Performing Arts Center, where you live, raise your hand if you can walk to where you live. Raise your hand.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Quite a few, it's right there.
Right. Wow. Yeah, that is, they're right here. Yeah. That's great. Any more dance performances coming up? Yes, actually. Our next dance performance is a cocktail hour. Yeah, I think so. That's cocktail hour, yeah. There's a show called Cocktail Hour, which you would like. It's an international dance touring company. And they're going to be here in Avenel for a week. So they'll be spending the week in Woodbridge. We put them up at the, do you guys know the APA Hotel off the highway? So we put all of the performers in there. So they come and they visit us here. So I try to tell them all the highlights of Avenel. So we'll have to bring some people to visit you. So would you want, can I do that? I could bring somebody, yeah, because it'd be great if they could meet some of the performers while they're in town. But yeah, so the dances, I have a huge dance tour coming. It's the end of August. I think it's the end of August. But if you go online, you can see it. I think so. Check the website. Mm-hmm.
Have you met any celebrities?
Have I met any celebrities? Tons. Yes, I've met lots of celebrities. Some of them are nice, some of them are not nice. Well, I'll tell you who's nice. I won't tell you who's not nice. I'm not allowed to do that. Well, if you meet me later, I'll tell you. But the ones that are nice that you might know, do you know Lady Gaga? Yeah, she's great. She's really, really nice. I've met her. Do you know Ryan Seacrest? Ryan Seacrest is very nice. Kelly Ripa from Kelly and Ryan, they were all great. I mean, I worked with a lot of the soap stars years ago. So I don't think they're going to know some of these people. Do you know Liza Minnelli? Yeah, okay. So they're all really nice. But working on the soaps for many years, I met a lot of different celebrities. I worked with a lot of soap stars and, you know, went to a lot of different award ceremonies. So I got to meet a lot of celebrities. And like I said, some of them are really nice, and some of them are not as nice. Who's not nice? I can't tell you that. I can't tell you what a microphone. And look who's here. This is our mayor recording and Carol.
God you're here.
How are you? Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. We were just talking about the art center. All right. Hello, everybody.
Why should I talk about it? Sure, you're the artist. So this is Anthony. You guys hear his resume?
Yeah.
He's won 3 Emmy Awards. He's a writer, actor, producer, director, jack of all trades. And when Carol had the vision many years ago, we were doing housing at the Avenel train station. We had to do something there. If you guys remember growing up, it was, even up to a couple of years ago, it was like an old abandoned chemical factory. It looked terrible. And there was contamination in the ground and pollution everywhere. It was awful. So we decided to do something. We didn't want to make it a warehouse because the trucks would be all over Avenel Street and that wouldn't be good. We didn't want to make it an office building because then it'd be 10 stories high and you never could see anything else out of your backyard except this giant building. We didn't want to make it a Costco or something that would bring traffic all over the place. And it's right next to a train station, so we made it housing. We made it luxury apartments. Because then the people there would go to the train. And then Carol had the idea to make it an art center to help sell it to the community. And it's worked out tremendously. There's 330 apartments already built, 500 total, and the Art Center opened up on April 10th. So anyway, 2 years ago, we had the idea, Vito had the idea to hire Anthony, who we knew from being friends with a bunch of people in town. And Anthony came in, and for the last 2 years has been all over the country looking for acts, looking for comedy shows and plays and singers and dancers and everything. And the show opened on April 10th, like I said. We've had 7 different or 8 different shows now. And it's a great facility, and then we put a restaurant, we put a bar. So this is a fantastic facility. And we basically built it from scratch. Every time I go there, I get a chill in my spine because we did this, like we started this. It was Carol's idea, we made it happen, but it would not have worked without Anthony. So you've got a very talented guy here who, what?
I'm wondering how many of these kids.
Have you been there? Who's been there? You've been there?
You live
Oh,
near it?
Karen Mitch has been there, yeah. What'd you go for?
I went for the juggler.
Oh, the juggler, you saw that?
Isn't that a great show?
Wasn't he cool? He held a xylophone upside down, and he had 2 ping pong balls in his mouth, and he was spitting them up, not spitting, shooting them up with the xylophone, and he played songs like, bing, bing, bing. You don't think that was cool? Disgusting? All right, it's kind of gross. It's kind of gross, but it was fun. How about the one where he was juggling balls off the ground, 5 different balls at once onto like a synthesizer, and he played music. You didn't like that?
Tough crowd.
Oh, you're tough. You're tough.
But Anthony gets to go around the country and find the acts that are going to be in the theater. How many of you would like to have a job like that? Isn't that cool?
So anyway, I'll let him finish, but we are so excited about this place. Someday you guys can grow up and work there. We have a whole bunch of people there. There are servers, there are bartenders, there are ushers, there are all kinds of different jobs, and maybe you'll wind up on stage someday too. So listen to this guy. He knows what he's doing, is my point.
Aw, thank you guys, thank you.
And let me just bring Mayor McCormick, and first of all, best mayor in the state of New Jersey. Big round of applause for him, please. We'll bring you up to speed. We had a nice breakfast from Mr. Wilkinson. We had a beautiful performance from our honor squire and our Wildcat band. And we want to just say how excited, I introduced him earlier, but just how excited we are to have him here at Avenel Middle School. It's a great day. And I mentioned earlier, and we talked about this, and I'm sure you hear this all the time. You take that train ride into Manhattan, Avenel, the most impressive stop you pull into, and it's not even close.
It really is.
Beautiful, new, everything brand new. So kudos to you and what an amazing job you did. And what pride it has brought our section of town here at Avenel. I'll turn it back to Mr. Wilkins.
That's exciting. Thank you very much. That's great. All right, so questions for me. Anybody have any questions? Go ahead.
Where did you go to school and what's your degree in?
Where did I go to school and what's my degree in? Well, I went to high school in Staten Island, and I went to college at New York University, which is over in Manhattan in the Village. And my degree is in English with specialization in performance and creative writing. So, yeah.
What Broadway shows did you work on?
What Broadway shows did I work on? Okay. They're called, my first show was called My Big Gay Italian Wedding. My second show was My Big Gay Italian Funeral. My third show is called My Big Gay Italian Midlife Crisis. My fourth show is called My Big Gay Italian Christmas. I also have a show called Boys Just Want to Have Fun, and another show called Rainbow Fire. And and those are all mine. Yeah.
What job will you have besides the one you carry?
What other jobs do I have besides the one I currently have? Just this job. Carol won't let me have any other job. Just this one right now. Yeah, thank you. What else?
Any questions?
have you met any people who were on Grey's Anatomy?
Have I met anyone from Grey's Anatomy? I'm ashamed to say I don't know who's on Grey's Anatomy, so I'm going to have to say no. I don't watch Grey's Anatomy, but I'm surprised you watch Grey's Anatomy.
It's a really good show.
It's a good show? Okay, my mother watches Grey's Anatomy. I couldn't get into it. I watched one episode. I wasn't too interested. All right.
The first episode is
It was slow? All right, I'll try it again. I'll try it again. What was my favorite show on stage or on TV? Broadway? My big gay Italian wedding. I got to get married every night. It was fun. It was fun. There's a show on Amazon. Does anybody have Amazon Prime? You still have Amazon? Oh wow, everybody has Amazon now. There's a show called Tainted Dreams. That's a great show. That's a fun show that I was on. That was a lot of fun to work on. That was a lot of fun. What'd you say?
What musicals are either booked or have played at?
What musicals? All right, so we've already had a show called Girls' Night, the musical, which just played. We're doing a show next week called The Housewives of Secaucus. That's a musical. That's a fun show. We have my show next month at the end of June. That has some music in it. So we have, and then we've had some big musical groups from Broadway. So we have some big Broadway singers coming. I have a guy named, I don't know, do you guys know Constantine from American Idol years ago? Before your time? Okay. Well, Constantine is a big Broadway singer. He's coming. And Jeremy Stoll, who's the Phantom of the Opera, he does a big musical review as well. Carol. We have Streisand show, Carol King. Do I have who? I don't have Manuel. No, he's busy. He's too busy for me. I know, he's busy right now. I'd love to get him though. I would love to get him. Keep your fingers crossed he won't be so busy next year. Who else?
Any other questions?
There are a lot of people that work with you to make the theater work.
Yeah.
And I know you have one person here.
Yeah, we already talked about
You
Taylor.
talked about
Yeah.
I love Taylor. And she's the one that makes everybody know about what's going on. So you talked about all the different things you have to do?
Yeah.
The stage guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, we have, right here with me right now is just Taylor Freeman, who I found out you guys called, what do we call you? T-Free? T-Free, they call her. She's a coach. And there's, so that's my social media person. I know we already talked about social media. I found out they're all on social media.
Of course.
Okay. So we also have a marketing person. Her name is Christina, and she's over at the office now. So she does like the website and all the stuff that you see, and when you have tickets on sale, and she deals with all of that. And then we have a technical department who handles all the sound and the lights and all that stuff to make the shows look good and sound good. And then we have an advertising person who helps get the word out around the towns. So we have all those little departments that help put this together. So there's a lot of people that work on this. It's a big project.
So you don't have to be an actor to
Work
be
at
in
the Art
the
Center.
theater.
That's right. That's right. Does anybody, how many of you want to actually pursue the arts seriously? Some of them do.
Good.
Okay,
Great.
good. You had a question? Yeah. Do I know who is? BTS?
Oh my God.
Who's BTS? Oh my God. Is that after my time? Who's BTS? It's a hip hop band? No, I don't know BTS. Are you Lady Gaga though?
Hey, don't feel bad. I was having a conversation the other day with a student at lunch. No idea who Bruce Springsteen was.
All right, so we're even. I'll look up who BTS is. Yeah.
Where did you meet Lady Gaga?
Where did I meet Lady Gaga? In the city.
And when?
And when? Oh God, about 10 years ago, she came to see my show. Yeah, she came to see my show in New York. She's from the city. She went to the same school as I did. She went to NYU. And she was a big fan of a lot of the theater community, which is why she did A Star Is Born now. Yeah, she's great. She's really nice. Yeah.
Are any of your shows going to be at the...
Are any of my shows going to be? Yes, one of my shows is going to be there the end of June into July. So you guys will be out of school, so you can come see it.
Which one?
My big gay Italian wedding. Yeah, so I'm getting married at the end of June. And the mayor is actually going to be the person who officiates the wedding on July 2nd. So if you want to come see him do that, that's July 2nd.
And I was in my big gay Italian Christmas. So Anthony's got 4 shows, right? My big gay Italian wedding, my big gay Italian funeral, my big gay Italian midlife crisis, and my big gay Italian Christmas. They have one thing in common. They're all Italian. They're all Italian. So I played one of his shows, the Christmas show, and I was on the stage down in Atlantic City, and I played a cop. Officer Mooney, a big Irish cop.
Yeah.
I stunk. I was terrible. I forgot when to come on, and at one point I'm standing backstage, and I'm just standing, and they're all saying, "Where's Police Officer Mooney?" And I'm just, I forgot to go on stage. I was terrible, absolutely terrible. So, just goes to show you, acting is not for everybody. That's why I stay behind my desk and do things, and don't go out and try to act anymore. But I'm doing the show to play the preacher, to do the wedding, because I can just read my lines. So it's easy. You don't have to act. I just have to read my lines. I can do that. But anyway, that's a good question.
That's, it's funny you said that, because we were talking in the office before I came out, and to the assistant principal, and what was his name? Mr. Hudemeyer. And we were saying how, even for me, like I go and I performed in front of audiences over 2,000 people. But like most recently, 2 weeks ago, I had to go speak to a group of maybe a few hundred kids that were in kindergarten through 4th grade. And I had never spoken to kids that young. So I was really, really nervous. That just was not, for me, just like the mayor who goes and talks to crowds of thousands, he doesn't get nervous. But for me to act, I don't get nervous. But for me to go and talk to a group of really small kids, I got very nervous.
And I can talk to a group of small kids any day of the week, but for me to act, I get very nervous.
Right. So it really depends. I mean, I think there's, no matter what, it's something that you just get used to. And I think the more you do it is the more comfortable you feel on stage. Like even watching some of you guys sing. I mean, I think a lot of you guys have beautiful voices, but I could see that you were nervous. And that's normal, and that's okay to be nervous. And then what happens is the more you do it, and the more you practice, the less nervous you become, because it just becomes more natural.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I just want to thank Mr. Anthony Wilkinson for being here, spending time with us today. It was a tremendous day. I know we're all going to go out and support the Avenel Performing Arts Center, an amazing new facility in our community, and under his leadership, I know it's going to be a tremendous success. So let's give him a big round of applause. Thank you for being here. Any final words, sir?
I just want to thank you again very much for having me. I love doing stuff like this. I love meeting you guys. I love being in the town. And I really want to take you up on your invitation, because when I have some performers in town, and I know I have one actually before the end of the school year, I'd love to come back and introduce you guys to some people. And at the same point, I hope you'll come visit me. So stay in touch. Follow us on the website. Email me anytime. And I hope to see you guys soon.
Great job. Thank you so much.